One of the biggest problems with men in dating is that they have absolutely no restraint with women whatsoever. As soon as they talk with a woman, they show that they are very excited about her and that they really want to get with her. And because a woman feels that, she can never feel safe with a man, and therefore she becomes turned off and she runs away from men that have no restraints. Because what do these men do that show no restraint with women? They show that they are thirsty. So why is it such a big problem that men show so much thirst when they are interacting with women? And why is it such a big problem that they have no restraint? The reason is that it shows that you have no abundance. It shows that you have no self-respect. It shows that you're chasing her validation. It shows that you have no self-control, that you have no experience with women, and therefore women become turned off because they can never feel safe with you. So that brings us to the first way in which men show 100% thirst and absolutely zero restraint with women, which is by reciprocating her interest. Because perhaps things are going well between you and her on a date and she tells you, I like you. And then you tell her back, oh, I like you too. Congratulations, now you show 100% thirst and that you have no restraint and that she controls you, and women do not want to have the control. Therefore, she becomes turned off and she doesn't want to see you again. And that's why it's so important in dating that when a woman gives you interest, when she is chasing you and pursuing you, that you hold back and that you show restraint. Because in the moment that you do that, a woman knows that you are the prize. A woman knows that you have experience with women and that you know what you're doing. And as soon as that, you are not going to tell her that you like her after she tells you first. She becomes more attracted to you. You give her more incentive to chase you. So that brings us to the second way in which men show 100% thirst with women and show zero restraint, which is over text. As soon as you get a number of a dating app, or perhaps you were out on Saturday night and you met this girl out at a bar, what do most men do? They try to immediately rush to schedule date plans with her. And you should never do that, because in that moment you show that you're thirsty for her affection and her attention. Instead, what you should do is show restraint. Yeah? Use some callback humor to your conversation that you had on Saturday night, or to the conversation that you had over that dating app. Because the moment that you try to schedule a date so quickly, you show that you're way too eager for her. So that's why show restraint. There's no need to rush, man. You are the prize as the man. She already likes you because she gave you her number. That's the assumption that you need to have. It's not always the case that every number becomes a date, but the moment that you show restraint, that you are not rushing for that date, you're far more likely to actually schedule that date with her. Because she knows this guy is experienced, this guy is not rushing to get my attention, and this guy is not eager to share the sheets with me so quickly. So that brings us to the third way in which men show zero restraint and 100% thirst for women, which is your behavior online and on social media. Because what do you see most men do? As soon as they see a bikini photo of a cute girl, they press like. Yeah, perhaps they go to the comment section and then write her, oh my god, you're so beautiful, when can I take you out to dinner? And that shows that you have zero restraints. It shows that you are super thirsty. And therefore women become turned off and they know instantly in what box to put you. Because they put you next to all of the other guys, next to all of the other thirsty beta males. And that's why I tell you guys, the guys that women sleep with, they never like her photos on social media. And also, because you're not liking photos of random women on social media, women become more interested in you because you show restraint. You show, I am not thirsty for women's attention and affection. You actually show, I have so much abundance, I have so much attention from women already that there's no need for me to give more attention to random girls on social media. So that brings us to the fourth way in which men show zero restraint and show 100% thirst for women, which is their behavior in public. At bars, clubs, events, social settings, anything you can imagine. Because what do you see? The moment that a guy starts talking to a girl, he will start to put all of his eggs in one basket that entire night. He will start chasing her. As soon as she goes to the toilet, he will follow her. As soon as she wants to go somewhere, he says, oh yeah, sure, I want to go there as well. Instead of telling her, no, I want to stay here, I enjoy my time with my friends. He will just become an orbiter to her. And guess what happens at the end of the night? That guy will go home alone and he will never get laid. Because that guy, he shows zero restraint and he shows 100% thirst. You know what that woman will do? She will chase that guy that she spoke with for 30 seconds and then just left the conversation, going back to his friends, or even better, talking to other girls. That guy, she will chase him. That guy, he will get laid at the end of the night. That loser, that will just chase her and chase her validation and put all of his eggs in one basket because he never talks with many women. That guy, he will not get laid and he will just become very frustrated. And that's why it's so important that you show that restraint when you are going out, because women will see that abundance, that you are just talking with her for 30 seconds, 1 minute, then later on you will see that that woman often comes back to you. Why is she doing that? You do not need her. So that brings us to the sixth way in which men show 100% thirst and zero restraint for women, which is constantly texting her. Because you will see many thirsty beta males, perhaps in your circle of friends. Yeah, they get a conversation with a girl that they really like and they are constantly texting her. You're in a conversation with him and then he gets a text from her and he takes his phone. I need to text her right now. I need to give her a response immediately. Yeah, to not lose her. And because he is so thirsty for her attention and affection, eventually he ends up losing her because he gives up all the mystery and he shows that he has no life outside of her. And that's why you should not constantly text a woman, no matter how much you like her. Even if she is your girlfriend or you have been married for 30 years, you should not constantly text her. You should show restraint. Yeah, you should leave space for her. She sends you a text, you wait for a couple hours, ideally even longer than it takes for her to respond back to your text. But you're not constantly going to text her. You should have other important things to do in your life. So that brings us to the next way in which men show 100% thirst and zero restraint for women, which is spending too much time with her. Because what will guys do? They meet one girl, he really likes her, and he stops seeing his friends. He will start spending 3-4 days per week with her. He will stop going to the gym, he will start canceling things in his life, only to spend more time with her. And they show too much thirst, they show zero restraint, and they show that they are super easy to get for her. You should always have important things to do in your life. You should always have a group of friends. You should never cancel things in your life just to spend more time with her, because that's what got her attracted to you in the first place. Don't become thirsty for her attention and her affection, because that's how she ends up dumping you. So that brings us to the next way in which men show 100% thirst and zero restraint for women, which is making big sacrifices for her. Because how often have you heard these stories of guys that told you, well, I did everything for her. I moved across the country, I moved to another city, I overhauled my life to just spend more time with her and to be near her, and then she ended up dumping me. Yeah, why is that the case? Because you put her on the pedestal when you do that. You show that you're super thirsty for her attention and her affection. You should not make big sacrifices for women, because in that moment you show that you have abundance. Yeah, you show restraint. So that brings us to the next way in which men show 100% thirst and zero restraint in dating, which is by coming on strong and over investing. Because when you're on a date with a woman, you ask her at the end of that date, when can I see you again? You start scheduling a second date already with her, and what then happens very often is that she loses attraction for you and you will never see her again. Because in that moment you tell her instantly that you are very invested in her, that you're super sold on her, even though you know her for only a few hours. But also later on in the dating process, what happens is that guys very quickly will start to future project. They will tell her about the great relationship that they will have together, and the golden retriever and the white picket fence and the 2.3 kids and all of that stuff. All of that shows that you are super sold on her, you're coming on way too strong and you're chasing her. You should let her do most of the chasing. You should only invest in a woman after she shows that investment in you first. Because when a woman sees that she first needs to invest in you to get something back from you, that shows that you have restraint, that shows that you know your way with women, it shows abundance, and it shows that you can potentially replace her if you really have to. So that brings us to the last way in which men show 100% thirst and zero restraint for women, which is by not being okay losing her, because she disrespects you a little bit and she starts to disrespect you a little bit more, and you do not call her out on it. Yeah, you just avoid conflict. Yeah, you are totally okay with that disrespect, and the reason that you do that is because you do not want to lose her. And why do you not do that? It's because you're super thirsty for women's attention and affection. And that's why you just do not walk away, even if she behaves like a complete dickhead. And that's how most men end up in the end. Because you can just go to a Walmart and you will see most couples walking around and the woman is wearing the pants, she's walking in front, and she says, do this for me, do that for me, you dumb buffoon. She starts insulting him, and the guy just never walks away. And why does he not do that? Because he's super afraid to lose her. And that shows that he has no self-respect. It shows that he's emasculated. And those couples, they are also in that bedroom anyway. You should always walk away when a woman starts to behave like a dickhead. Yeah, you should just tell her, I do not accept this. I deserve better. I have self-respect. I'm going to move on to someone else. Because in that moment, that shows restraint. That shows that you have abundance. That shows that you have confidence. And it shows that you are a guy that has high status because you set those standards. So that's it, guys. If you listen to this and you're frustrated currently with your dating life, feel free to book a call with me with the link in the bio. I'll help you to achieve that dating life that you've always wanted.